Most people believe money is a reward for effort, a reward for intelligence, a reward for discipline. That belief is comforting. It suggests the world is orderly, predictable, fair. It is none of those things. Money is not a reward. It is a response, and it responds to forces most people never study. You can work endlessly and remain invisible. You can sacrifice sleep, security, even health, and still watch others surpass you with less visible strain. That is not coincidence. It is structure, and structure favors those who understand it. The mistake begins with effort. Effort feels noble, it feels controllable, it feels virtuous. But money does not measure virtue, it measures positioning. There is a difference. The worker improves output, the strategist improves placement. Output is limited by energy. Placement is limited only by perception. Most people wake up and ask, "What do I need to do today?" Very few wake up and ask, "Where do I need to stand?" That second question changes everything. Because money does not flow evenly. It concentrates. It pools in areas of leverage, in structures that amplify decisions rather than labor. If you are not inside those structures, you are feeding them. This is not about intelligence. Some of the most intelligent people remain financially trapped because they are solving the wrong problem. They optimize efficiency instead of influence. They perfect execution instead of control. Control is quieter. It does not announce itself. It does not beg for recognition. It arranges conditions. Machiavelli understood that power is rarely seized through noise. It is secured through patience and clarity. Money follows the same principle. Those who chase it loudly often repel it. Those who design environments that require them attract it. There is a psychological shift that separates accumulation from authority. Accumulation is defensive. Authority is directional. The accumulator asks, "How can I protect what I have?" The authority asks, "How can I shape what happens next?" Protection is reactive. Shaping is proactive. Most people are trained for protection. Save carefully. Avoid risk. Stay safe. Do not overextend. These instructions sound wise, but they quietly train compliance. They prepare you to survive within someone else's system, not to influence it. Influence requires exposure. Exposure requires emotional stability. This is where most fail. They can tolerate effort. They cannot tolerate uncertainty. Uncertainty feels like danger, so they rush to eliminate it. They accept unfavorable terms for the comfort of closure. They overshare to relieve tension. They move too quickly because stillness feels unbearable, but stillness is where leverage forms. When you do not rush, others reveal themselves. When you do not react, others compensate. When you do not explain, others negotiate against their own assumptions. Silence is not weakness. It is structural pressure, and pressure reveals hierarchy. Money gravitates toward those who can hold pressure without deforming. That is the hidden qualification. Not skill alone, not talent alone, composure. Composure under gain, composure under loss, composure under ambiguity. The average person becomes optimistic when things go well and defensive when they do not. Their emotional range dictates their financial decisions. They buy at peaks because confidence feels safe. They sell at lows because fear feels urgent. They are not irrational, they are predictable. Predictability is exploitable. The strategist studies this pattern and refuses to participate in it. He does not detach from reality, he detaches from emotional contagion. When others accelerate, he evaluates. When others panic, he observes. Observation creates asymmetry. Most people experience money personally. A rising number validates them, a falling number threatens them. Their identity fluctuates with their bank account. That attachment is expensive. When identity is tied to money, decisions become defensive. When identity is independent, decisions become strategic. The powerful do not need money to feel significant. They use money to extend control. Control over time, control over association, control over decision-making. Time is the most underestimated asset in financial psychology. Not time in the abstract, but time under your command. If you are forced to decide quickly because of financial pressure, you have already lost leverage. Urgency transfers power to the other side. This is why living at the edge of your means is not merely stressful, it is strategically dangerous. It eliminates patience. It eliminates optionality. It eliminates the ability to walk away. Walking away is power. Those who cannot walk away negotiate from weakness, even if their resumes are impressive. Machiavelli warned that dependence invites manipulation. In modern terms, dependence is financial fragility disguised as ambition. The constant need for income, approval, or validation creates subtle concessions. You say yes when you should pause. You agree when you should question. You accept when you should counter. Each concession seems minor. Together, they define your ceiling. Wealth is rarely destroyed in a single dramatic event. It erodes through small permissions, small indulgences, small compromises in standards. Standards are invisible boundaries. If you lower them to be liked, you lose authority. If you raise them without structure, you lose alliances. Balance is required, but balance must be chosen, not drifted into. Drift is the default state of the average life. Drift toward comfort, drift toward consensus, drift toward short-term relief. Relief is addictive. Spending relieves tension. Explaining relieves awkwardness. Conforming relieves isolation. But relief weakens positioning. The strategist tolerates tension longer than others. That tolerance compounds. While others seek resolution, he gathers information. While others celebrate prematurely, he reinforces structure. While others expand emotionally, he contracts strategically. This is why sudden success often disappears. The external rise is not matched by internal discipline. Visibility increases faster than stability. Attention arrives before systems are fortified. Attention without structure is exposure. Exposure without power invites correction. True wealth grows quietly because it is reinforced before it is revealed. Systems precede announcements. Contracts precede promises. Margins precede expansion. The modern world glorifies visibility. It equates followers with influence and noise with relevance. But influence is measured by consequence, not applause. If your absence changes nothing, your presence had no leverage. Leverage is created where you become necessary, not because you demand it, but because you designed it. You positioned yourself at intersections others rely on. You control information flow. You control access. You control timing. Timing is misunderstood as luck. Luck is often delayed action meeting unprepared observers. When you are positioned correctly, small movements create disproportionate effects. That is leverage. It does not require constant activity, it requires alignment. Alignment between identity and strategy. If you see yourself as a participant, you will seek permission. If you see yourself as an architect, you will shape terrain. Architects think in systems. Participants think in tasks. Tasks exhaust. Systems compound. The psychology of money shifts permanently when you stop asking how to earn more and start asking how to require less effort per decision. How to reduce emotional volatility. How to design interactions so that others compete for your time instead of the reverse. This shift is subtle. It does not feel dramatic. It feels quieter. You speak less in negotiations. You disclose less about plans. You celebrate less publicly. You invest more in infrastructure than appearance. At first, others may interpret this as distance. Eventually, they interpret it as gravity. Gravity does not chase, it pulls. When you develop financial gravity, opportunities adjust toward you. Not because the world became fair, but because you became stable. Stability is rare. Most people oscillate between ambition and doubt, between discipline and indulgence, between strategy and impulse. Consistency under pressure is uncommon. And uncommon behavior attracts disproportionate outcomes. The final shift is internal. You stop measuring success by visible milestones and begin measuring it by reduction of vulnerability. Fewer forced decisions, fewer emotional reactions, fewer dependencies. Freedom is not excess, it is reduced exposure. When you reach this stage, money becomes less dramatic. It becomes quieter. It moves through systems you built. It amplifies structures already stable. Gains feel expected, not euphoric. Losses feel instructional, not catastrophic. You are no longer chasing advantage. You are maintaining alignment. Most will never reach this point because it requires abandoning comforting narratives. The narrative that hard work alone guarantees reward. The narrative that fairness governs outcomes. The narrative that visibility equals value. Those beliefs are emotionally soothing. Reality is structurally indifferent. Money does not ask whether you deserve it. It asks whether you are positioned for it. Once you understand that, the game changes. You stop competing horizontally with peers. You start moving vertically into structure. You stop optimizing for approval. You start optimizing for control. You stop reacting to circumstances. You begin engineering them. From the outside, nothing dramatic appears to happen. From the inside, everything is different. Decisions slow down. Standards rise. Exposure narrows. Optionality expands. And one day you realize something subtle but irreversible. You are no longer trying to win the money game. You are shaping the board on which it is played.